Hello, this video will go over principles of using Boolean operators, which are and or not, as well as other little tips and tricks to help you find evidence-based practice articles. My name is Megan Bell, and I'm the librarian for the School of Health Professions. I'm your contact for these things, and feel free to contact me. This video will discuss using and or not as tools to help you expand or restrict your search. It will discuss using truncation. I mentioned that in a previous video, so now I'm going to tell you more about what that is. And it's going to discuss using quotation marks for phrase searching and what does that even mean and why would you want to use that. Feel free to contact me if you have questions. As always, start on the library's homepage to access all content that UAB has paid for. So we have our searchable question. In an adult male with knee pain, is manual therapy and dry needling effective for reducing pain and recovery of function? We've identified what the main ideas are that we want to make sure the articles that we retrieve include. So now I'm going to talk to you about how to actually get those articles. So and or and not are tools that you can use to help you either expand or restrict your search. If you want to expand your search, you can use the term or. So for example, manual therapy or manipulation therapy. So I mentioned in a previous video how you can use synonyms to help you, because maybe the original term you used, manual therapy, maybe that wasn't included in the article, but instead it may have used manipulation therapy, but you want to pull in articles that include any of these concepts. So this little Venn diagram here shows you an example of using or will retrieve articles that use the phrase manual therapy in addition to articles that use the phrase manipulation therapy. So it brings in more results. When you want to restrict your search, you use terms and or you may use not. So you use and if you want to retrieve articles that have to include both concepts. So for example, we want to make sure that we retrieve articles that are on manual therapy in addition to dry needling. So it can't have one or the other. It has to include both. So in our Venn diagram, it has to include only articles that have a small sample that have both of those concepts. But what if the term manual therapy is a very broad term and it could mean a lot of different types of therapies that you use for manual therapy, but if you know within the concept of manual therapy you do not want a certain term, so let's say for example if you do not want massage therapy, you want to find articles that discuss manual therapy but you do not want them to talk about massage therapy, then you can use the term not, and so that will retrieve articles that include the concept of manual therapy but they will not include massage therapy. And so again, these are tools to help you use databases, search databases. So let's talk about more tools. Truncation is a tool. So truncation means that you use the root word and you put an asterisk on the end and that will retrieve multiple endings. So for example, if you use THERAP and you put an asterisk, it will retrieve therapy as well as therapies. Phrase searching means you're telling the database it has to search for those words together. So if I put manual therapy in a database without putting quotations around it, then it's going to look for the word manual anywhere in the title and abstract and therapy anywhere in the title and abstract, but they may not necessarily be together. So I want to make sure if I want it to look for those words together, then I'm going to put it in quotation marks. And in PubMed, you can also use something called the dash and the asterisk together, and so that combines the function of phrase searching with truncation. So that means that it would look for the terms manual and therapy, and they have to be together, and it's also going to look for manual therapy as well as manual therapies, and it's going to pull them in and make sure the words have to be together. For more guidance, feel free to contact the library, use our library guide, and feel free to contact